It's that day again, people, when WWE decides to release a bunch of talent. And it never feels good. I still can't recover over WWE releasing Dolph Ziggler. Unfortunately though, that's part of the business, but I feel like some of these talent never really got the chance to get over. Sometimes though, it works out for the better. Maybe you didn't get that much TV time in WWE, but in other companies, you can actually get that exposure and grow your popularity. Take Drew McIntyre's case, for example. In fact, a released WWE star Persia was told by the WWE to do the Drew McIntyre, which either means getting over somewhere and returning to WWE, or calling yourself Big D, which obviously stands for Big D. So maybe it's not that WWE doesn't expect them back at some point. I'll be talking about every single released wrestler, Elimination Chamber news, WWE music, and the newest member of Wyatt 6. Welcome back to Greatness of Wrestling. Eyo, how are you guys doing today? So, I just woke up, watched SmackDown, and saw some bad news. You know, WWE stars are getting released. Maybe it's not even the final draft of WWE releases. Why don't we talk about them? First one being Sonya Deville, who just had a run in a women's faction called the Pure Fusion Collective. I, by the way, had to Google that, I always forget. Keep in mind, I'm not happy anybody got released. I'm just saying this was the worst part of Monday Night Raw. I didn't like the faction. I don't think they ever got over even slightly. Is it their fault? Probably not. It always has a lot to do with the WWE's writing. I just never took them seriously. And it's crazy because I thought Sonya Deville as a single star always had some potential. Not gonna lie though, I do see her being a pretty big deal in TNA though. I do remember quite enjoying her tag team with Mandy Rose, who by the way turns out to be a bit of an idiot. She ranted about Tiffany Stratton. She stole my catchphrase. I saw the clip and this bitch even used the same kind of tone. She said, "Put some respect on my name." That's the catchphrase, by the way. Nobody ever in existence other than Mandy Rose actually said that. Never. Ever. What an idiot, man. I'm gonna tell you like it is. What a idiot. What is it, Mandy? Mark's paying to see your boobies isn't enough money anymore. Davenport got released too. This is the one that I don't necessarily understand because she was never given that big of a chance. She basically appeared in 3 episodes of SmackDown and WWE said, yeah, that's kinda enough. Which is weird. She does have a pretty unique look in my opinion, a very different vibe, so I don't understand that decision. Like, okay, send her to NXT if you feel like she still needs to establish her character. I don't see her as that talent who didn't have potential, but maybe it's that case again when WWE are expecting her to do big things. Maybe she goes to AEW, maybe she goes to TNA, grows as a character, gains that popularity, and comes back to the WWE. Not gonna lie, this one kinda surprised me the most because I felt like WWE would have high hopes for Blair. AOP and Paul Ellering. Now this is weird because in a way they are a very unique tag team. I quite enjoyed their matches, but this is gonna be a bit of a hot take. I do see Karrion Kross actually growing as a character more without the tag team, without AOP. This faction was growing on me, but mostly because of Karrion Kross, and in a weird way, having 2 managers, both Paul and his significant other, didn't really work for me. I never understood that. I feel like Scarlett is the one that get the most out of Karrion Kross, and when they decided to add a bunch of new members, it did feel kinda unnecessary. Now again, people, let me repeat myself. Am I happy they got released? Do I feel like they should have been released? Absolutely not. But I do feel like they didn't really add much to Karrion Kross and Scarlett. And Cedric Alexander, the last remaining member of the Hurt Business, again one of these talent that WWE just had nothing to do with anymore. Very talented guy, you know, the highlight of his career is obviously the Hurt Business, and I quite enjoyed him in the Cruiserweight Classic. Very athletic guy, very good. Any company to have him will be really lucky. Not really in terms of the star power, but a really good in-ring worker. I kinda see why WWE released him. They really had nothing to do with him anymore. Again, really unfortunate. What I kinda hate about these releases is that WWE decided to release them during SmackDown to be like, well, you won't see that. You're paying attention to Charlotte now. But again, people, maybe some of these could be a blessing in disguise. It happens all the time. A bunch of wrestlers get released and they're good talent. They'll still get work. It's not even as bad as it was in like the 2010s, right? Where we basically had WWE and TNA. But now we have a bunch of companies, AEW included, which is pretty big. So, in some of these cases, it could be a blessing in disguise. Great one from the future right here. Couldn't even finish the video, they released a bunch of more talent. These crazy bastards. Isla Dawn was released by the WWE without her partner so far, so we'll see how that goes. This one also surprises me, as if WWE's women's tag team division is doing so well, you can actually release talent. Weren't they actually kinda over? Well, the IWC really liked them, and she is pretty charismatic. The Good Brothers got released. That one did surprise me. As you guys know, I actually do prefer AJ Styles without the Good Brothers, but they're a very solid tag team. They were in NXT. It's one of these tag teams though that will not struggle to find job in the professional wrestling business. And Giovanni Vinci, who got kicked out of the Imperium and had like a 2-week singles run. Yeah, I hate to say it, kinda saw it coming. You know when? When he stopped appearing on television for like a couple of months now at least. His singles run was basically a couple of losses in under a minute, as I remember correctly. You know what sucks about this, people, is that I don't think it's over, because some of these like happened 5 minutes ago. I just saw Finn Balor trending on Twitter and I was like, no way, he's not fired, people. I really thought they gave him a shitty ass theme song and were like, well, he's not over anymore. Let's talk about Elimination Chamber, people. So according to Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE's been planning since October for John Cena to win Elimination Chamber match. The whole idea being John Cena is chasing that 17th world title at WrestleMania 41. So John Cena was never meant to win the Royal Rumble match, people. I told you, even in my prediction video, I didn't see John Cena winning because he's that type of guy who struggles a lot in the WWE. Again, struggles. He likes to struggle. I don't know if I spoiled that match for you, but I guess you kinda had an idea he's winning the Elimination Chamber match. I don't think anybody will be angry about that. Obviously, you wanted John Cena to win. You got a little angry when Jey Uso took that spot, but Elimination Chamber, you'll be shaking your Coco Jumbos, and I'll be right here with you. I quite enjoyed this John Cena promo in the press conference, actually. He was very serious, which is very unlikely for John Cena. Here's the thing, I love John Cena, we all do. I kinda disliked his latest WWE runs because he was really goofy with his facial expressions and always pandering to the crowd too much and never taking it seriously. He was acting like a nostalgia act, which is partly true, but I really want that good old John Cena who's serious about his rivalries, who struggles, who's in tears because he didn't get what he wanted, and he's gonna work his way back up for the C Nation. I miss that John Cena. But this promo was really, really good. He basically said, I talked about how I maybe don't deserve the championship match, but this is what's best for business, and I'm gonna get that championship. Almost as if it's not a matter of if, but of when. Speaking of Elimination Chamber, you might be wondering, why Roman not here? Where Roman? Roman not here. The Observer says WWE doesn't want Roman Reigns to take a pinfall loss inside the Elimination Chamber match, so they are using a worked injury to keep him out of it. Now, people, both of these rumors are according to Wrestling Observer newsletter, so take it with a grain of salt, and we all know WWE, especially lately, are really good at working the dirt sheets. But, it does kinda make sense. Roman Reigns not being in this match kinda sucks, if I'm being honest. This is already a star-packed match. Drew McIntyre, John Cena, CM Punk. This is great. Adding Roman Reigns would have been pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Would have been pretty cool. But again, I understand WWE's idea of not putting him in the match. When you look at this match, it's pretty obvious. Who's Cody facing at WrestleMania? Out of all these guys, I do see John Cena being the guy. Still, can't wait for the premium live event. I love the fact that Elimination Chamber lately especially feels like such a big pay-per-view. I love that. We all hate WWE music, and several wrestlers in WWE, according to Fightful Select, are frustrated with Def Rebel music as well. They're actively trying to get their old theme songs back. This is not just a rumor, it's been proven time and time again, people. Sheamus got his old theme song back before they ruined it again. AJ Styles got his old theme song back. I wonder who else. It is a big problem in the WWE, man. Like Royal Rumble, Finn Balor comes out, who the f is that? I saw such a good tweet, man. Somebody complained about WWE music and people said Yoshitatsu would be over in the WWE today because of his theme song. It sounds funny, it's catchy, it's memorable, and nobody cared back then because everybody had good theme songs. Again, look at some of these pictures of all WWE rosters. Everybody had a memorable theme song. It doesn't have to be music you listen to, you actually like, but it needs to fit the character. Jim Johnston used to make instrumentals that fit characters. By the way, some of you keep saying, well, the great one, you stupid idiota. You're an idiot. Jim Johnston is back. It's what Netflix told me. Yeah, Netflix are referring to the old theme song. It's a mistake, people. Jim Johnston is not back. He's not gonna be back. Give us CFO, $. I don't know. You know, something needs to change. Def Rebel did make some good music, like Roman's theme song, which is, by the way, a ripoff of Succession, a TV series. But music is such a big deal in the WWE. People who are not that over could get over because their theme song is that good. You know, it's such a huge deal. The presentation matters so much. People, I would go as far as saying presentation of a wrestler and promo work actually means more than wrestling skills. People, we might be getting a new member of Wyatt 6. During SmackDown, we got a tweet saying, she. Who is she? Who? Yeah, it's Alexa Bliss, which makes a lot of sense. She's already dressed like she's a member of the Wyatt 6. Obviously, Bray Wyatt was such a huge part of her career, her life, so I wouldn't even doubt that she wants to be in the Wyatt 6, and she would add a lot of character. You know, I, admittedly at one point, really disliked Alexa Bliss. I feel like a case of overexposure because they really relied on Alexa Bliss and again, it got repetitive. But she's really good at this and I feel like she could be almost like the voice of the faction, right? She's a good talker. She could be a semi-leader with Bo Dallas. Well, anyway, people, that's all I got for you today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, the great one, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.